and off they rush towards La Source. Not a good start for Petrobelli. Martin and Matt Topham up the inside of him, but Giacomo manages to hang on to second place. Storming round the outside was Sean Balfe, and he's picked up a few places whilst Loggy is in trouble. Loggy's had contact, so too John Ferguson, and into Andrew Howard. I think Richard Neary was involved in that too, and big drama down the hill. The 27 McLaren heavily into the barriers, takes a couple of others with him, and that was big contact with Sasha Kakad. The car is back in the middle of the road, and this almost certainly will be a race stoppage. That was major drama. The safety car scrambled already, but that was a big hit in the barriers down the hill, and we hope that everybody is okay. Well, Joe, we said it's a wide track, but it's a big grid of cars. That jumble grid perhaps coming into play as well, and it was a bit of a chain reaction, that wasn't it?
So let's have a look. I think we need to be looking row 4. You see the 77 orange McLaren just to the outside of Martin. I think he goes late on the brakes, and I think there's a bit of contact in between him and the Audi, and now Buncombe in that white one. I mean, Neary's in the side of Ferguson there. So let's pick this angle. I've not seen this. So let's look to the red Audi, the yellow-fronted BMW. I think it is 3 cars into one, yeah. And I think that no one knew that there was another car. The most innocent one is orange.
Yes.
That's the biggest unfortunate. Watching the Ginetta squeeze through the back, and that's why he's 4 places above some of the GT3 cars, because they've read that super well. Wow, look at this, the speed, the energy, the engine cover coming off the BMW as well. I didn't appreciate that. Now watch the Ginetta in the left follow this BMW through. That is tight. That would have been a big breath in to make sure you get through there, but thankfully all drivers okay. You can actually Neary's retired on the scene as well. I think, yeah, he's done a good job there. And we're actually getting a red flag here. So I think that's obviously due to the barrier damage. Those circuit workers would have looked at that and actually gone, yes, we do have more damage. It's going to give us 30 minutes of repair time, please.
Kevin Say staying quite close behind the safety car and only now reducing the pace, and quite a few drivers further back not quite awake to that, but he now steps on the throttle, slides the Mercedes AMG through the chicane, and we get racing back underway here at Spa after a lengthy red flag delay. But Giacomo Petrobelli has well and truly gone with the race leader, peeks to the inside as they head towards La Source once again. A bit too far back to make a move, but he's gone with Kevin Say, and that means Kevin has no chance here to relax.
Yeah, both Lamborghinis working their tyres, weaving left to right. Still not happy with their tyre temp. Obviously, Petrobelli, the best restart there. Sean Balfe kept a little bit too far back from here, not very like Sean Balfe. And then we've got this sort of lead 8 cars to Ratcliffe, and then a natural gap because the GT4 car of Tomlinson is in 9th place. Now Ferguson pitted, so the GT3s behind Tomlinson and Hopkinson, and that GT4 car's Price, Loggy and Borodin have got to now catch this gap up. You can see Price in the background, then Loggy has then got past Tomlinson. At the moment, all running suit. I think as the tyres come up, we're going to see some different pace coming, and this silver Mercedes in shot now is going to be the one going forward. GT4 looking a lot more lively.
Isn't it just? You got the inside there, Ian Goff trying to defend, isn't he? Trying to get past the number 61 car as they head through Lacon, which he succeeds in doing. So he was confident when Bryn spoke to him just now on the grid that he could go forward. That is proving to be the case. And Ian Goff looking really the raciest that he's been so far this year, getting ahead of Eric Evans in one of those really well-fancied Ford Mustangs.
I think we've got a little bit of contact from the lap before with Buncombe down the inside of Goff. He's on the apex. Are we going to see a bit of contact potentially here? Goff has given him a lot of room, but Buncombe just runs out. Slight misalignment of lines, I would say there. It looked like they were both... Don't have another one. Okay. Buncombe went in hot. I thought he left enough room, and then Goff was just coming back, trying to open up that last part, and then really had nowhere to go. I don't expect much damage there as we see Smith around the outside, Borodin on the outside trying to get out of the way of all of them by the looks of it, and then that gave Buncombe the momentum, even though it looked like Smith was potentially on the front foot there. Let's have a look at the Mustang. Wow. No replacement for displacement from America here. Breezes down the inside. A little bit of a wiggle. It didn't look like any contact. Just, again, we saw him warm up that car quite loose under braking on the rear. Now Meeking is on the outside into La Source. Is he going to get it done? I don't think so. But that was super brave by Hopkinson. Really lunged it down the inside. Good driving by both. Space was afforded to both.
Indeed so. Zach Meekin with a better exit from La Source is now pulling alongside Hopkinson, though, heading down towards Eau Rouge. This could get interesting. Who's going to back out of this first? Meekin's got his nose in front, but Hopkinson will try and stand his ground. Can't do it on the outside line. And so the McLaren goes by, but will now be giving a slipstream to the Mercedes up that Kelly Hemel straight, and here comes Ian Goff as well with a run on the pair of them. This could get very tasty into the next braking zone. Zach Meakin, I think sensibly, hugging the white line down driver's right, defending his position, but Goff has driven clean round the outside of Hopkinson, now has a go at Meakin and can't quite outbrake the McLaren, but Ian Goff read that situation well.
Really did. It was just that little bit further back to be able to keep the momentum up. I saw Jamie Day also getting down the inside of the teammate Mark Warren into Lacuma's. Hopkinson now got to run back on Goff. It looks like, can he brake later? No, he can't. And there we see Collard in front of Topham.
What we didn't see is how it happened. Hopefully we can get a replay of that. But yeah, Collard is through, and now Alex Martin really on his toes to try and follow him by. Remember, this 78 Lamborghini has extra time to serve in the pits. This is how it was done, under braking, perhaps predictably really for the Lamborghini, into the final chicane. Was it clean? I think there's going to be some paint traded, but that was a really aggressive and strong move made there by Collard. The wing mirrors go flapping, but he got the job done, Joe.
Yeah, really nice. For me as a driver, it was clean. As soon as they both got to the apex, anything like this is afters and is fine. Topham obviously lets him have the outside and doesn't run him out of road too aggressively, but super slow-mo, those mirrors probably a couple of grand each, so you wouldn't want to hit them too hard. But look at Collard now go. He's probably gapped him by 1.4, 1.5 seconds already. Ricky just starting to creep forward. The engineer, although not in front, will be releasing him over the radio saying you're clear. Nice clean leave. Remember the sister car, Martin handing over to Mitchell, having that compensation time. As we see the leaders, I expect both of them to stay right and dive into the pit lane. You can push all the way in past this first white line, and we actually had contact between Howard and Matt Topham in warm-up as they came to the line, getting it down to the pit speed limit. Balfe as well now in, so that's all the GT3 cars in and over to their pros.
Minutes away, by the way. Oh, there's Phil Keane up the inside of Marcus Clutton. Marcus Clutton hanging on around the outside line. This is all over, probably still a position inside the top 5, I'd say, but Phil Keane on his toes immediately.
Yeah, and these obviously swap positions because they pitted the other way round, so it'll be interesting to see which one left the pits first.
Right, look in the background, we've got a battle developing here between Josh Rowledge and Sandy Mitchell, who is the fastest man on track. He has set the new race lap record here at Spa and launches up the inside of the Aston Martin at La Source, making the move stick. That Lamborghini is good on the brakes, and Sandy Mitchell is keen to utilise that.
That was an incredible lunge. He got the stamp and he hook-toed it and he sent it all the way down. I think that caught Rowledge out a little bit. I didn't expect the move, and I don't think Josh knew to defend because Sandy just came from nowhere, just done the lap record, done a mega overtake into lap 1. Let's go and get Phil Keane and Marcus Clutton. That will be his focus.
Yes, Bryn Lucas, by the way, has been chatting to Charles Dawson down in the pit lane, said that his stint went well and that the shorter race is favouring them, he thinks. So, be interested to see exactly what he means by that. Meanwhile, battle ongoing here for the Silver Cup honours. 4th place overall in GT4, and Stuart Middleton with a whole world of trouble here in the shape of a fired-up Mikey Porter. This car, which has come through from the very back of the grid, is now challenging for the class lead. Up the inside into Pujon he goes, and that is 4th place overall in GT4, but the lead of the Silver Cup, and really there was little, it seemed, that Middleton could do about that.
Marcus gets it the best, but Phil Keane has lost time, hasn't he, to Sandy Mitchell, who's taken the position.
Yeah, so Sandy Mitchell getting through, whether on his own or whether with traffic assistance, I'm not sure, but Sandy Mitchell is through into 6th and now has the Marcus Clutton McLaren in front. They head through Speaker's Corner, drop downhill, Keane in the gravel. This is how the move was made. Phil tried to defend it, went to the inside line, but Sandy Mitchell, we know, is so strong on the brakes. He had the wider, more momentum-filled line into the corner and swept through.
In the final part of this race, so a lot of drivers will be told by the teams, you're on your last warning, we need you on your best behaviour. The hot spot here is on the left. Got to keep one wheel on the track. Seb Morris is on his last warning. A little hard to see from this camera angle if he was legal, but he was right on the limit, that's for sure. And look at that BMW, it's all starting to bunch up a little bit. It's going to get interesting, and here come a GT3 battle pack to add a little bit more spice to it. An already very hot move here from Seb Morris. Is he going to get it done? Porter to the inside, cuts it, but I still think Seb Morris is going to keep this, and job done. Similar to Stanley Mitchell's move.
Car 61.
Oh, that's Johnny Adam. That is Johnny Adam from 2nd place, retiring the car to the side of the road. That's on the exit of Paul Frere. He should be able to get the car to a relative place of safety, but that is heartbreak for Blackthorn, who have put together a brilliant weekend, and it's all started to unravel. The 10 car losing pace and Johnny Adam losing drive completely, and that is a really unfortunate way to end their day.
Yeah, couldn't see any obvious damage. Potentially looks a bit lower on the right-hand side. Bit of smoke coming from the rear right, but that could just be hot brakes. I can't see anything leaking out of the car, whereas he's got out. What's Johnny going to do in terms of retire the car? There doesn't seem to be many marshals, so what happens on the exit of Piff Faff? All still looks okay at the moment. Oh, big snap of oversteer, and something's broken there. A bit of smoke from the rear left. My initial guess would be that's like a drive shaft or something that's gone on the rear of the car. As he's hit the brakes, it's gone, big old snap. And Johnny, with his experience, knows it's day done, but whatever it was instant and looked without warning as well. That was quite a good save from Johnny Adam there.
And actually keeping the pressure on within the overall GT4 rankings, as here Maximilian Gertz has a very close call going into Lake On.
Jack Brown just didn't see him there. He was down the inside, and I think Jack should have given him the space. Jack had got in front of that Race Lab McLaren, but has now lost that position. So I don't think there's anything Peter Daly needs to get involved with there, but both very lucky to not have more damage.
Not worth going for a risky move into Blanchimont. If he gets past Mikey Porter and doesn't get past Will Orton, that's not really good news for Porter, because he wants to try and have a crack for second place. But anyway, none of this matters to Maximilian Gertz, who brings the 2Cs Motorsport Mercedes that he shares with Kevin Say out of the final corner, and a brilliant lights to flag victory for 2Cs Motorsports at Spa, and Maximilian Gertz has the honour of bringing the car home to the flag. Adam Smalley, valuable championship points scored in second place, and a pretty trouble-free run for that car that started deep in the field. Third place, at least provisionally, goes the way of Ricky and Rob Collard. Again, they've done some damage in the championship now against their teammates, Sandy Mitchell and Alex Martin, who will have to settle for fourth position.